everybody! I'm Elyse Explosion! 2020's fucking over! I mean, nothing is ultimately changed. It's literally just consecutive. We're in the next year. But it feels like it's over. And I'm taking that as a good sign. Last year sucked. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Last year was awful. There was so much shit that was bad that I can't even get into how bad it was at times. I worried a lot about job stability. I was in a pretty bad car accident. We had a COVID scare at the end of the year. There was natural disasters, politics, police shootings, freaking, it built up. There was so much, and yes, it is basically a systemic failure of everything that we've been accumulating, but I feel like it was uniquely bad because on top of everything, there was a freaking pandemic. And there still is a freaking pandemic. And I'm not here to sugarcoat that. It was bad. But I survived. And if you're watching this, you did too. And I'm proud of you for that. This wasn't easy. There was a lot that we barely scratched the surface of before. But amongst the awful, and I need to uniquely stress the awful, there was some stuff that wasn't too bad. And I tried to make a little list. I did. I was originally going to try to get 10 things, but I couldn't think of 10 things. So I'm just going to kind of blitz through them because this is going to be a vlog. I'm going to talk a little bit about, stuff that wasn't that terrible about last year. And I'm going to talk about stuff that I'm wanting to do for next year. It's just kind of like an all-encapsulating big bubble of video. So I hope you guys stick around for it. But things that didn't suck. Number 1, Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing New Horizons. My first Animal Crossing game. I thought I was gonna hate it. I've got 500 hours into it right now. That's a lot. That is a lot of Animal Crossing. But it gave me a way to communicate with friends that I didn't normally have. It gave me a really good escape. The worst thing you gotta worry about in Animal Crossing is wasps. Maybe scorpions or tarantulas.
I hate the wasps. I get beat all the time.
But if that's the worst thing you gotta worry about, it's a nice little delicate place to go to when you need a change of pace. Things that also didn't suck. The Monster High Collector's Reboot line. And I'm not sure if that video will have gone up by now. Probably won't have, but I will be going over that in the future. I managed to pick up both dolls. There was a Pennywise from Stephen King's It, and the Grady twins from Stephen King's The Shining.
I love those Grady cakes.
Listen. But that was a completely out of nowhere welcomes return back to the Monster High line, and I think it's actually a nice way to use them. We all know that the Monster High reboot was trash. So this is a nice little acknowledgement of where it was and hopefully where it can continue to go. Also cool, I just played a couple app games that really kind of helped me out a lot. I played a lot of, it's called Happy Color. It is a color by numbers app. I paid the $8 for the full version because I just was tired of ads and I wanted unlimited hints. Honestly, there's so freaking many pictures. I can't keep up with them all the time. I don't do a lot of the licensed ones. Like, I don't do any of the Disney ones or the Marvel ones. Anybody remember that The Witches actually came out this year? Me neither. They did a
Witches?
Yeah, they did a remake of The Witches. I think it was for Netflix. But that was very calming for me. And also I played a game called Township, and Township is basically just like a farming game. Also, I heard that Farmville finally closed down after like 15 freaking years, so amazing. I never played that, but I play Township, and Township's kind of cool. We have a small group of people that I didn't know beforehand. We all pitch in to do our little regatta tasks and help each other out, and it's been nice to just have a group to touch base with. Like, they're cool people. I wouldn't know them if it weren't for this game. So, thanks, little app game. You're great. Also, nice little things. I got to spend a lot of time with my husband. I got married in December of 2019, and boy, I'm glad I love him, because if I didn't, it would have been a lot worse. Genuinely, it's a treasure to have him in my house and just be there for me, and we be there for each other. So, hi honey, I love you. Mr. Explosion is the best. But as my stream friends have taken to saying, Mr. Explosion is a welcome addition to my life, and he's the best. I got a job! I was hired full-time at my job. It was a little precarious in the beginning of the year. My hours were cut because I was part-time, and I understood that. I kind of had to focus more on the people that were working full-time and were on the payroll. And it was easier for me to just kind of step in when needed, but in August, I was hired full-time. So I have a full-time job now, and I have health insurance for the first time in like 2 years. I was able to get a COVID test when I needed it without having to pay $150. Isn't that amazing? It's amazing. It's been a big relief, and I'm thankful to have that sort of stability. And I do have, when I'm not in the field, I have the ability to work from home, which is a definite privilege. But I'm also in the field most days a week, so it happens. Another thing that didn't suck, Guy's Grocery Games and just Guy Fieri in general. If you are not familiar with the Food Network or Guy Fieri, you may know him as kind of a parody caricature of himself. Very loud, very over-the-top man. Flamboyant dresser, comes up with his own slang for all kinds of stuff. But Guy Fieri has kind of taken a very sincere turn towards supporting those in the restaurant industry who have been severely impacted by COVID-19. As you might know, a lot of places indoor dining is not available, which it shouldn't be. And a lot of places have had to pivot very quickly to being able to operate under a delivery-only model. And Guy actually started the Restaurant Workers Relief Fund, I believe it's called. RERF, something like that. I don't know. But basically he petitioned large corporations and people he knew and stuff like that to raise money to support people who lost their jobs as a result of their restaurants closing down. And I think I remember seeing a statistic that was something like, I want to say like 500 people got like $2,000 from it, something like that. I'm not sure. I'll pop in a link in the description so you guys can check it out for yourself. Additionally, he was able to pivot not only Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, but also Guy's Grocery Games into a basically work-from-home format. With Triple D, he basically had people at restaurants send him ingredients so that he could make the dishes that they were preparing and talk about, how they were working through everything. And with Guy's Grocery Games, he's basically taken it home. A lot of the judges and contestants have been getting like boxes in the mail that they are, have ingredients, and they've been playing the games from their own kitchen, so they don't have to worry about transmitting stuff to other people. And I think it's been really fun, and it's something that I look forward to every week. And I know I just talked for like 20 minutes about Guy Fieri. I don't care. I think he's great, and I think
loves Guy Fieri.
I think he's doing the world a great service. And last, watching my husband play video games. Michael finished almost 20 games this year, and I got to completed them from start to finish. And it was games like the Spider-Man for PS4, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. He played through Yakuza 0, 6, and is working on 7 right now. Just games that were fun for me to sit in on and watch him play while he had a good time. So that was a lot of fun, and I'm happy that we had that experience. As for next year, this year I guess it is, 2021 kind of snuck up on me, and it doesn't really feel like it yet. Hopefully it will soon. But I have a couple things that I kind of want to focus on for the channel this year. I want to focus on videos that don't really cost much to produce. I want to do more like collection hauls, story times, daily vlogs, tag videos, story times, collection dives, and researched videos even. I know I don't think I put any of those out last year, but last year was a challenge. I want to focus more, you know, to incorporate those more into my repertoire. I have a lot of fun with those. The one video we did at the end of last year about the Christmas Hills to Die On was one of the most fun videos I've filmed in forever. And I kind of want to like ride that energy, keep it going. Do some more tag videos, tell some more stories. I've got a lot of them, and I just need to remember what they are. Scripted videos! I want to do some this year. I know I say that in like every video that I do. I really want to try to do that. There's one that I want to do about discontinued American Girl lines. So like the Hopscotch Hill School girls, the Girls of the World, Amelia's Notebook, AG Minis, Angelina Ballerina. There's a bunch of weird offshoot lines that I want to talk about. I don't think there's enough information on them to constitute individual videos on each line, but I think we could do one full video for all of them. Would probably be pretty cool. And as for History, I haven't done one of those in a really long time, and the reason is History 4 was originally supposed to be the history of fashion dolls. We were going to take it from the introduction of Barbie and go forward. Fortunately / unfortunately, it just got to be so much that we need to break it into 3 separate videos. Like, right now, the ones that are planned, we've got the introduction of Barbie in 59 to the 80s, then the 80s and 90s, and then the modern doll era of 2000 and beyond. And just, it literally, you know, I've gotten some really good information about early stuff, where Barbie comes from, Barbie knockoffs of the era, and it's been very interesting. And I literally started scripting it about January, February of last year, and then everything went to hell. I usually script in libraries, and I have not felt comfortable enough to go into a library for an extended period of time, so that took a back seat. But I'm hoping that I'll get my mojo back and I'll be able to start scripting again. It's just been a lot. But I have hopes. I want to do some cool stuff for stream this year, if over on Twitch. I have a bunch of cool games planned for that. I want to continue to push forward on this channel. Like, we hit 1,000 subs last year, y'all. That's awesome, and I'm so thankful to have all of you with me. But I gotta keep moving or else I'm gonna get left behind. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you're interested in helping out with the channel at all, I do have a Patreon. That's patreon.com/ElyseExplosion. Get behind the scenes information, videos, polls, postcards at certain levels. Heck, I even send you toys. So you might want to check that out. It's pretty cool. Click the little bell, because if you want to stay in the know, the bell's the way to go. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Later!